What is Wichita? Wichita has strengths and weaknesses like any major city. What makes Wichita unique is the way it leverages those strengths to foster a greater community vision. Some strengths Wichita could leverage are the Arkansas riverfront, the heritage and culture, and the built environment of downtown. Major cities are leveraging these same strengths in their own ways. The riverfront of Wichita hosts great attractions like the Keeper of the Plains, the Exploration Place, and the Convention Center. Portland, Oregon does quite well in creating a dialogue with the Willamette River and the citizens of Portland. One way Portland succeeded in their waterfront design was to have open spaces identified with a landmark. An example in Portland is the East Bank Esplanade, which boasts great views of the city while making a physical connection with the river. Connections like these boat docks allow you to both touch and explore the river. Advertisements are posted throughout the city to invite individuals to have a purpose on and around the river. Clubs and activities create dynamic solutions for static living within a city, which has a river running through it. The heritage of the people is important in maintaining the identity of downtown Wichita. Can people preserve their heritage by accepting change?
I think that I can accept anything new in this city.
I would say that I'm open to things changing rapidly, and that's okay with me. I mean, it depends on what it is on her.
That I think I'd be able to accept if it was changing rapidly.
It would be difficult for me personally to accept contemporary or new design.
Appreciate the heritage in order to appreciate the whole city.
There are so many people and different cultures. It's easy to tear things down and throw things up really quickly, but the architecture from the past, there's so much more time and care, and there was a real artistry about it. And it's sad to see when those things aren't valued.
Heritage-driven design should be seen as the design intentions of reconciling the past with the present. However, these design intentions should focus on topics that speak to a region's history and people, without becoming replications of the past. Pasting traditional motifs on buildings or dressing buildings up only gives stage-like impressions. Walter Hood's 7th Street Transit Village is a good example of heritage-driven design. Inspired by the music in the area that once floated out of the nearby clubs, the Transit Village became a landscape of blue that dances as transit passengers travel by. Designs like these are meant to expose and interpret what exists rather than obscure what is really there. These spaces talk of people, industry, and location. Heritage-driven design is about telling the story of space. How will you tell the story? Heritage is not only found in buildings, but also in nature. In promoting downtown's role in regional sustainability, we can also talk about Wichita's environmental challenges and opportunities. And we can also do this in the heart of the city, along with culture and heritage. We have all seen the commonly shown green lawn home, but Wichita is not common, nor is Kansas. It is unique in climate and vegetation, rich with the heritage of the people that live and work there. The city grew from these rolling, grassy hills, and the city should show it. By bringing prairie landscapes within the downtown area, we are keeping Wichita's heritage vibrant by displaying unique native plant species while at the same time reducing the need to water, saving money on expensive maintenance, and creating a unique identity for the city. The natural surroundings of Kansas have the ability to create its own attraction. Allow this to be the identity of Wichita. We can look at heritage not only in nature and local culture, but also in the built environment. The next two examples use adaptive reuse as a way to keep heritage and culture alive in a new built environment. Adaptive reuse is a process that adapts buildings for new uses while retaining their historic features. Examples include the new loft apartments built within the old warehouse, an old fire station turned into the new restaurant pub, an office building converted into a parking garage. Using this process, the historic look of downtown can be preserved while introducing needed or desired upgrades that allow for new programs to emerge. Here in Portland, the EcoTrust building is making convincing arguments for adaptive reuse strategies that are salvaging the old while adding the new. At street level, the remains of the old warehouse are reused along with the landscaping to provide a barrier between the streets and the parking areas. It was estimated that a record 98% of the construction waste had been recycled or reclaimed in this project. Adaptive reuse strategies are being used here in Portland to integrate new innovations in design and technology with historical context. The City of Seattle saw an opportunity to convert 19 acres of the Seattle Gaslight Company into a public park. This area was transformed into Gas Works Park and has become an important landmark of the City of Seattle. This park offers great examples of adaptive reuse. The 6 synthetic natural gas generator towers were left untouched to preserve the historical context of the site. The pump house was turned into a play barn. Existing equipments were painted to create a playful environment while educating the public about the rich history of the park. The boiler house was converted into the picnic area, where families can gather and spend quality time together. The Great Mound, next to the 6 towers, was created to provide elevated views of the city of Seattle. The mound was also a solution to reuse thousands of cubic yards of original building foundations. Outdoor activities and events are held year-round. One of the most spectacular events is the 4th of July fireworks show that draws over 50,000 attendees every year. Gas Works Park adds to Seattle's uniqueness. Public spaces and local artwork can define a city. So what is art in the city? Is it something like this? Or this? How does art gather people? There is no right answer. Art can be a shelter, but it can also be navigated by people. Sometimes, people are part of the art. They use their own way to understand the artwork. All these works of art have become a bridge connecting people to the city. There is little limitation in art. People can understand a city through art in many different ways. They can play with it, touch it, or enjoy a nice view of a city within it. This is a sweet moment when art connects buildings in a city to its transportation. Event spaces doesn't just have to be for performances. People can also go there and have a picnic with their friends or just lie down and enjoy a nice day. And they can find a romantic getaway and the perfect place to propose marriage. Art is so important on the way to expand choices for people and the region. It is also a good way to attract people who live outside of town to visit there. From vision to performance, art can be powerful when they are combined with people and a city. Wichita has strengths and weaknesses as any major city, but Wichita can create a distinctive identity separate from other cities by utilizing its unique strengths through creating a new relationship to the river, its heritage, and the built environment.